Radiant team ban.
You're the primary caster, go buddy.
Dire team ban.
Wow, I can hear you chopping away, mate. Do you want to jump into it?
10 seconds remaining.
In any case, I am a Big Kai, and I'm joining Archangels on his in his co-caster position. And welcome along to the final of the AWC Amateur Cup, Amateur Weekend Cup. I'm a Mega Kai, and hopefully I'm segueing straight into Archangels. Are you there, buddy?
Team ban.
Don't seem to be able to hear him. Perhaps he can't hear me. Let's check the stream and see if followers can hear me talk.
Radiant team pick.
Yo, Omega, are you there?
I am totally here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here now. Yeah, sorry, I had co-casters muted, that's why.
Right, I was saying, segueing, it's your channel. I'll fill in the co-casting position. You go, buddy.
Oh, no worries, man. It's actually nice to have a little bit of a break and have a co-caster once in a while, man. Like, casting solo, man, your mouth just dies after a little while.
Yeah. I know just what you're talking about. Having casted a number of events, 16 hours straight is the most I've casted, and I did it solo, and that was terrible. Anyway.
Oh man, that's gonna be painful.
Anyway, enough about us. Let's talk about the game in front of us. Tell me what the bands are like, or what are they picking up?
I speak for the trees.
Well, man, it really looks like it's gonna be kind of the same similar bans that we've been seeing all day from Poison Gaming. Like, they're gonna be banning out the Batrider and the Naga first. They obviously just don't want those Naga counter initiations that we've been seeing today. Poison been using him very, very well, and I'm sure Mobility, you've seen some of the MG counter initiations with the Rubik when they've allowed a Naga to slip through. Just crazy, crazy counter initiations. But Elder Titan is going to be banned out as well as the OD, and both of the super hard carries, the Nyx and the Alchemist, are going to be banned out. So this could be some kind of split push strat coming out from MG, because they did pick up the Visage and the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree with you on a lot of those calls. Visage, Nature's Prophet, split pushing all the way, or at least push, push, push. I don't know about... I casted these guys all the way through today's casting anyway. MG, very aggressive. Early game play is what they like to do. But in the last match against...
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, I forget the team in the quarterfinal. That was a very hairy situation. If they don't dominate in that early game phase, they tend to suffer a little bit. What has Poison Gaming's MO been all the way through?
Poison Gaming has really been showing a lot of early game aggression. They've been having some very, very smart drafts. They definitely outdrafted one of their opponents in an earlier game. But really, they really do show that same early game aggression that MG needs. Both teams really favor aggressive tri-lanes, and if you saw the last game, man, it was Russian Dota by 20 minutes, like a death per minute, pretty much. Just craziness going on. Anyway, there's gonna be a Jakiro picked up on Poison Gaming side. It looks like all their support roles are gonna be filled up, and it's gonna be the anti-fun, the Farm Central character going to be picked up from MG Gaming. It is definitely going to be a split push strat.
Yeah, look, with MG, this is a change of tone for them in terms of their style. Last two matches, they've identified that their early aggression strategy hasn't quite paid off. They've run into teams who can put up actual resistance. So this time around, going probably for the AFK farm mode in the form of anti-mage, as you've already indicated. But still 2 heroes to go. And they don't have the lockdown that I think Poison Gaming currently have.
Yeah, there is a really, really nasty combo coming out on Poison Gaming. That Darkseer wall into that Jakiro Ice Path, that's very dangerous. They're going to have to be watching out for that. As well as Rubik being able to steal anything that he wants from the enemy team, so... You just can't really count that support out, man. Rubik is one of those supports that is just... If he's played well, he is just the game changer. You know, like man of the match style.
Yeah, normally anti-mage, 30-minute game. GG, basically. If you leave them for free farm for that long, you're going to find it difficult to come back. So, Poison Gaming need to invest in even more lockdown than they've already got, because they need to make sure that they can secure those anti-mage kills. And they pick, I guess you might say, some semi-lockdown in the form of Gyrocopter. That missile's going to follow with the blink, so that's probably a good pickup there.
Yep, that's definitely a good pickup. There's a lot of AoE coming out on Poison Gaming. They really want those team fights, if you can see about this lineup. And I don't know, it's really hard. Like, if you look at both of these drafts, Poison Gaming wants a super offensive, massive team fight strategy coming out. And if you look at the draft so far from MG, it's just, they want to avoid team fights. They want to split push, they want to play Rat Dota, they want to pull out this game and draw it out until the point where their anti-mage is ready to fight, and then they want to come in and they want to take the win.
Yeah, but, you know, this is the kind of mode that I guess MG are used to. All through their the bracket play today, they've run into teams that were looking for sort of one-by combo, AoE team fights, and their goal here for Mobility Gaming Esports is actually to try and win the game before any of these heroes get level 6. Because if they can do that, or at least some of the core heroes in terms of team fight get level 6, if they can be super aggressive and shut down this Darkseer or potentially shut down this Gyro in the early part of the match, I think that's going to play to Mobility Gaming strengths.
Yeah, definitely, man. There is going to be a Dragonite banned out, so they definitely don't want to Dragonite in mid. I don't really know. They need at least one more support on MG, and they need one mid hero as well, because it's probably going to be a safe lane run with the Alchemist with the Visage. Could be an offensive try though.
They could be looking at something unconventional, because they have picked up the anti-mage. They want to capitalize more on push, potentially, so they may be looking for some other early game pushes. Troll Warlord sort of rings true to mind, but I think they've already got that player's base covered within the form of the anti-mage. But, you know, they'll be looking to see how they can round this off with both support and carry to add push, but they go Queen of Pain.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be their mid hero, the Queen of Pain. We saw a very interesting Queen of Pain build last game with a Skadi Queen of Pain running around the map doing some damage. And it looks like there is going to be the Puck banned out, as well as the Bane banned out for the last two bans. Poison Gaming has the last pick, the second to last pick, but Mobility Esports, they have the option to counterpick to this. You know, having the Radiant advantage, Dire being the first to final pick, and then Radiant have the choice to counterpick against them with whatever is left in the pool.
I'm gonna say this setup that I see here, anti-mage long lane, Queen of Pain mid. It rings true to say that they need one more carry, and it could potentially be a look at what's in the pool. I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, could be a Beastmaster.
Well, you see, Darkseer. No, Darkseer has been picked up.
Because they're on the Radiant
Wisp
side.
is actually slipped through the pool.
Yeah, maybe.
This game. But a Wisp anti-mage combo is not really something that's favored that much, honestly. I actually feel that MG is looking for a lockdown support, perhaps with a stun. And there is the mid hero from Poison Gaming.
And they go for more push in the form of Shadow Shaman, one of my favorite heroes, because it's like the first hero I learned to play Dota with properly. So I love this push that's going to come out of Mobility Gaming. They're going to go for early towers and give lots of room to that anti-mage to free farm. So let's see how that works out for them.
Yep, definitely, man. Sorry, I'm just updating the Twitch stream, just sticking it in game 2.
No worries.
So people know. Okay, well, I guess if you want to introduce the Dire team, we'll
Sure. We've got Sacrifician sitting on Storm Spirit, Zuron sitting on Jinkiru. We've got Reckless on the Rubik, and on the Darkseer we have G-Bass. DJ Base.
Yeah. And looks like MG is going to be taking the Radiant side this time. We've got Bloodrunk playing on that carry anti-mage. Got ZK playing on the Shadow Shaman. We got Irakid playing on that Visage, and we've got Toki playing on that mid Queen of Pain, and we got Eduardo playing on that Nature's Prophet. Looks like it could be an offlane or a jungle Nature's Prophet. There looks like to be some early aggression flying in from Poison Gaming. They look to be establishing some dominance in the jungle right now.
Oh yeah, just playing the aggressive tri-lane that they want to. They want to shut down that lane, but they have to be careful here. They have to be very careful.
Nice path flying out.
Yeah, lots of duking here from the Shadow Shaman. Needs to avoid all that CC, but also lots of CC in the defensive tri-lane. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a hard time actually for Poison Gaming.
The battle begins!
Yeah, I think it's just down to the first 10 minutes in the laning phase is going to decide a lot of this matchup. MG, we saw last game, farmed themselves severely out of the hole that they dug for themselves. They lost their Alchemist, I think, 4 or 5 times before 10 minutes. And he went for a farming build. Sorry, he went for a fighting build, but then went for a Midas straight out for his first item instead of Phase and Shadowblade, which really did kind of question how far this Alchemist would have gone.
Yeah, with 2 clutch games then, I guess, for MG in the last couple of brackets. What are the lanes? Break them down for us.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a offensive tri-lane down at the bottom. Looks like a little bit of harass going down either side. We're going to have the Queen of Pain matchup against the Storm Spirit. That's probably going to be favoring the Queen of Pain more in that lane. I'm thinking. We've got Eduardo going to play the off-lane Nature's Prophet, and he's going to be playing up against the Darkseer. So this lane, it's probably not going to have too much...
Oh, initiation on the bottom lane. Shadow Shaman gets picked up, and an Ice Path comes down. Rocket Barrage comes in, but nobody dies. In fact, everybody actually ran in to save the Shadow Shaman and eat up those charges from Rocket Barrage.
Yeah, some good team coordination there coming out of MG. I'm waiting to see these giant plays later on from this Shadow Shaman. Like this is supposedly the player to watch. But
I'm not sure. He's the captain.
Bloodrunk, he is the captain. He's been pulling out some really crazy plays. He plays a pretty wicked Abaddon as well. But it looks like they're just going to be trying to find as much farm in the lane as they can. Currently, mid lane, a lot of pressure coming out onto the Storm Spirit. Queen of Pain going down. She's going to get pulled in, but she has a blink out. She's probably going to get away with 60 life. Shadow Shaman with the Shadow Strike on him. Sorry, Storm Spirit with the Shadow Strike on him. That's a mouthful. Not going to be able to chase after that Queen of Pain too much.
Wow, in the bottom lane.
Like there's going to be an Ice Path miss at the
Yeah,
bottom.
as I say, in the bottom, Shadow Shaman narrowly missing that Ice Path. After being engaged on by the Gyrocopter. But yeah, Queen of Pain versus Storm Spirit, I don't actually give that to the Queen of Pain, I give that to Storm Spirit. Queen of Pain's going to have more flexibility to get domination on those runes, but Storm Spirit is going to have a larger right click, and of course Queen of Pain doesn't have a very good survivability rating. Bottom lane looks like there's an engagement.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like the Shadow Shaman's going to have the rocket onto him. It's probably going to connect, and it's probably going to be First Blood. Yep, there is First Blood going to that Rubik. And a little right click at the end to secure the kill.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Poison Gaming, it didn't land on the carry, but that's okay. First Blood Gold going to be very much utilized by the Rubik. Probably going to go into some support items immediately, and I can see he's already loaded up the courier with stuff. What is he? No, he bought boots. That was his boots, basically.
Yep. That's yeah. I was actually looking at all these supports from the game earlier. It made the difference because Poison Gaming supports were really poor, whereas MG had more of a split of the gold throughout their team, making their supports a little more richer, at least able to finish up boots and a wand, which makes and really changes the game when it comes to this early game. Like that little bit of extra gold being split around just really helps. Like, you know, I know people always want to give their carry the kill, but sometimes it needs to be, you know, you need that gold split up. If you got too much gold on one carry, that carry gets locked down. It's gonna be really painful.
What does the net worth graph say at this stage? Well, what did the graph say, buddy?
Well, yeah, well, it's a little bit an advantage to Poison Gaming. Not really too much. For EXP, it's really bouncing back and forth. It's almost back to 0. But for CS-wise, it looks like the Gyro is sitting top on CS. The person sitting under him is actually the offlane Nature's Prophet with 12 and 12. Queen of Pain just overtook him, actually, just with a little bit of farm up in mid lane, now sitting at 15 to 10. But actually, this Storm Spirit is not really doing too well in his lane. He's 9 for 6.
Yeah,
so this matchup, I think, is actually favoring this Queen of Pain.
It is for CS, but he's choosing to focus on the harassment of the Queen of Pain and try and drive her from lane so that she gets maybe slightly complacent, because that's how he's going to kill her.
Yeah. Storm Spirit known to be a very, very dangerous ganker. That dragon just could drag you close enough to her tower for 1 or 2 tower shots.
Yeah, Electric Vortex is quite powerful. And there's a pick up there of Visage. Sheep goes down. Ice Path is into play. They are going to Rocket Barrage, and that is a mounted Visage very quickly.
Yeah, that's that real early game aggression we've been seeing from Poison Gaming all day. Good communication, beautiful throw into the Ice Path, good follow up, lots and lots of damage from that Gyro. This lane is it's definitely looking to be in Poison Game's favor right now.
What, you expect that? Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Toki picks up their own kill, getting 1 on the board for the first time. But yeah, you expect that. If you go offensive, you need those kills. Otherwise, you're not really utilizing the fact that you've gone offensive. And if you sort of go offensive and just sit back and don't secure any kills, that's a lost lane.
Yep, definitely. These offensive tri lanes, they really need those early kills, because all that experience is going to be split 3 ways, and they need those kill goals. Ooh, Queen of Pain's going to go back down to that Storm Spirit, which came back. It came back with a vengeance. Kind of missed that in mid lane.
Bottom support's rotating into the mid. It looks like they're trying to search out somebody. Will they find this Nature's Prophet, who is sort of jungle farming at the present time? And it looks like they're going to peek around the corner. No, they're going to miss vision from each other. Rubik just pulling back up the high stairs in time.
Yeah, just I think you can see that the anti-mage has actually abandoned his safe lane and moved up to off lane, where the Nature's Prophet has gone to.
And it looks like they're going in for a dive here. They want to dive this, but we're going to wait for this creep wave and push it. Jinkiro and Rubik there as well. So reactionary TPs from somebody else coming in. It is a Queen of Pain.
Oh, good scream. Gonna pick up the Gyro straight away. Lift onto the Rubik, straight into the Ice Pot. It's gonna catch 2. Wow, crazy damage coming out from the Soul Assumption, and that last right click gonna finish off that Jinkiro. Wow, lots and lots of trading going on.
That wasn't even a trade. That was a 2 for nothing. That was a big misplay by Poison Gaming. They didn't see the TP coming in from Queen of Pain, and when there was a Jinkiro wrapped around the back to Ice Path, all of a sudden there was a dead Gyro, and he's all alone right next to the tower. So just needed a little bit of extra vision.
Yeah, there's some good focus fire coming in from MG. Lots of good communication on their team. Managed to drop the Gyro straight away. A little bit of harassment onto the Gyro again from the Queen of Pain. He's not going to be having a good time in this lane now, I feel.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Good supports rotating all around the map right now. Trying to look for some farm. Anti-Mage not having a fun time against this Darkseer either. I feel a little bad for Blooddrunk today. He's
deep initiation deep initiation onto the Anti-Mage. TP comes in from Queen of Pain though. DD Storm Spirit just doing too much, and actually Queen of Pain has to back out because she just takes so much damage from a combination of the Iron Shower and the Storm Spirit right click.
At Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough mana for. Oh, actually, Surge was just.
Oh no! Here comes Storm Spirit. He wants a piece of this action. One right click away. Oh well, sorry, interrupting. Go, buddy.
No, he isn't gonna dive that. But he did have the DD rune. He would have got it. Yep, looks like we missed a double kill down in bottom lane. It's I think they got the gyro, but Visage and Shadow Shaman going down in return for it.
So far though, 4-7 going in the favor of Poison Gaming. Any change in net worth to talk about?
Well, it looks like Poison Gaming taking the graph back down to their side. It's about a 750 EXP advantage to them, but about just over 1500 gold advantage going to their way, man.
Yeah.
Currently, Gyro's still sitting at the top of the last hits. Nature's Prophet, I think I'm going to count him out now because he's sitting at his fake CS level because he's kind of jungling. We call that really fake CS because it's not really laning CS. It's really, really hard to miss last hits in the jungle, man.
Yeah, and they're looking for him as well, looking to pick him up.
Oh, wow.
They have revealed themselves against the trees. Nature's is looking for a way out. And what happened with Queen of Pain and Storm Spirit? Well, Darkseer as well. Anti-Mage
Wow,
also picking up.
getting
Yeah.
away.
There you go. It's your cast, bro. You
getting away
speak.
just a little. No worries, man. Anti-Mage just getting away with a little bit of life. Like, just that. So much action going across on the map right now. Nature's Prophet TP'd in, but managed to just miss the kill. Just unbelievable amount of aggression coming out right now from both teams, man.
I can tell you what happened in the bottom lane. There was a dive for Jinkiro. They met, this is with Gyro. They met in the bush. Jinkiro picked up. Gyro was picked up by Gyro just, but then Queen of Pain came and picked it up afterwards. So, lots of aggression, yeah, from both teams. But now MG starting to come into form, I think. They seem to be slightly ahead of the game.
Oh wow, Rubik stole the Mana Void from that Anti-Mage. It's going to be a good steal for him.
So, any change to the items? What sort of items are the heroes starting to build towards?
Well, it looks like we're gonna see the Midas on the Nature's Prophet like normal. Anti-Mage managed to pick up his Ring of Health. Queen of Pain still sitting a little poor. It's probably gonna go down to this. Oh wow, good Shadow Shaman lockdown. Still gonna get picked up by the Darkseer, but Anti-Mage gonna come back for the counter kill. And that Darkseer. It's good that this Anti-Mage is getting some of these kills, man. He needs that gold pretty badly. He's got his treads up and 1 ring of health, but you know, still quite far away from his Battle Fury, and it is 12 minutes in.
You know, any sub 14-minute Battle Fury is a good Battle Fury. Anything sub 16 is pretty standard, and if you're getting into the near the 20-minute mark, then you're a little bit behind. So I think they need to convert some towers into cash, and we will see a Battle Fury coming out on Anti-Mage very shortly. Queen of Pain trade for Darkseer. I don't know if that was a good trade. In fact, I felt that the Queen of Pain could have got out of that and lived. So probably maybe a little bit of a mistake.
Yeah, I think he was not expecting the Vac to do that much damage from the Darkseer, but Darkseer managing to pick up that kill at least. And he got the EXP just before he died, so...
Gyro took a lot of damage in the middle. Now Darkseer is in the same boat. He came in to save Gyro, but it wasn't enough. 3 pickups. Nature's rotates in at the last minute, just in case. And they pick up 3 kills very quickly, and now pushing down this tier mid tower. MG doing what they've done in all the previous matches. Early towers, if they can get them, although this is not that early. But it is early enough.
Super fortified.
Yeah, Storm Spirit walking around with the DD room behind the tower, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. They might not actually get this tower. This tower was pretty much almost full health when they started the siege, but
they did force it.
Being low, people res pretty fast.
Yeah, they also forced out a
They
glyph.
did force out the glyph.
So they could use that to their advantage. They could rotate into a different lane with that push they still have, and they're all grouped up. TP down into another lane and push another lane, because there's going to be no reactionary TPs because they've already been used. So they could have done that, but they opted not to. So I guess they're looking for a team fight.
I think MG has this tendency to play very safe, and it's probably for a good thing. they play very safe in the early to mid game, and I've seen them also play safer in the late game. They don't want to really overextend, and they don't want to give away anything because they know they're on the back foot. I don't really think they're on the back foot, but I think it's really even ground, and they don't want to give an advantage away very silly, for a very silly reason, you know, or a very silly dive.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, and they return back to the push on that mid tower while trading almost as the Radiant tower is now under damage. No reactionary TP's Glyph is available, but I don't think they're going to use it. They're just going to give that tower up and instead opt to push the tier 2 in the middle as a trade.
Radiant's bottom
Oh
tower
wow,
is
Queen of
under
Pain blinking, TPing in to death instantaneously. Good ice path, and wow, that Queen of Pain should have cancelled that TP, and he actually did manage to pick up his Dagon before he died, but I still think that that's gonna hurt him. He's gonna be dead for another 30 seconds. Looks like some action going on in the mid lane.
Shadow Shaman misusing his wards, could have killed the tower already by now, and in fact he may not actually get the kill on the tower. Familiar's
That's
look at it, it's in deny range, it's only on 47 hit points.
wow. Yeah, it's gonna get denied up with this jar. Wow, that's 3 heroes down on for MG, and we were just talking about them playing safe as well, you know.
I think the Queen of Pain was meant to be a distraction so they could get that middle tower. It did go down, but they didn't get the gold for it, so probably not a good trade. The Queen of Pain peters off in the mid-game phase anyway. She has got a Dagon, as you've already alluded to. She is going to have a lot of extra right-clicking power, but she can only do so many things with the limited mana pool that she has, so she's still going to need number 8 as well. Queen of Pain scream from a TP straight into Storm Spirit. He's already used his Ball of Lightning. He can't get away. That is probably the best
excellent
pickup they could have hoped for.
Yeah, definitely excellent Sprout, excellent micro on the Visage to Visage Familius to secure that kill with the stun, making sure that he couldn't use his Storm Spirit ulti to get away. Queen of Pain gonna eat this. Yeah, definitely gonna eat that missile, but not gonna really go too far.
No, I think this is the kind of situation where, you know, you can see the Nature's a Prophet. He's returning to the jungle regularly to pick up extra farm because he's just not feeling they have enough. They are leading the charts in terms of the individual heroes with farm and overall as a team. So it is working. They just want to get that Shadow Blade up before they do any real serious split pushing. Otherwise, he's just going to get caught out.
Yeah, he needs that Shadow Blade really quickly to really allow him to split push the lane safely. Anti-Mage does have his Perseverance and he has his Claymore as well. He's not far from his Battle Fury, and it's about 17 minutes.
And unfortunately for Nature's Spirit, he didn't see that coming. There was pings from the teammates. I don't know if he wasn't paying attention or what, but now Shadow Shaman's going to join him in the grave of death, waiting for the respawn timer. And they're going to convert this potentially into a tier 2 tower. So great pickup for...
Yeah, this Storm Spirit really going to work in this mid lane. Like, really trying to find those pickoffs for those teams. Like, even though these are supports, like, even though the Shadow Shaman is a support pickoff, the Nature's Prophet death is really going to hurt them. Like, he really needs to get the farm going and try and get that farm safely.
They're finding kills of their own, but it's not enough. And you can see Queen of Pain gets picked off yet again. Another deep counter initiation through Ball of Lightning from Storm Spirit.
Yeah, that Queen of Pain dove in to try and pick up the Darkseer, managed to get the kill on the Darkseer, but then hung around for a little too long and managed to get picked off himself. And that's going to be a mid-tower gone as well. The T1's going to go down.
There's just got better rotation happening here. They want to go to game 3, and they're definitely on the path to go to that. But, you know, it's not over. MG still have some options there up their sleeve, and they've seen that they can dig themselves out of holes.
Yep, Gold Graph and Experience Graph bouncing back and forth on each team. Like, no real clear advantage to either side. Like, I don't consider anything below a 10k gold advantage as an advantage to a team, or a 10k experience advantage. Like, there's only just about over a 2,000 experience advantage to MG, but that's only because they've got a Midas on the Nature's Prophet. That's going to boost his EXP a little.
Oh, Anti-Mage needs to be careful here, almost dying to the Ancients, underestimating the damage that they're going to do to him.
Yeah, those Thunderhorns do a fair bit of good damage. But they're looking to get that Ancient stacked up pretty nicely for that Anti-Mage to come in at the Battle Fury. Rubik having fun with these spells that he's stealing from this co-op. Both teams looking to be making a rotation. I did notice the dire warding in the jungle is very offensive, man. Oop, and then there's a Queen of Pain pick off on the Rubik. It's a very, very quick kill. Ulti into Dagon.
Yeah, I just wanted to make
they had vision here actually of it, so I'm wondering why that Rubik still got picked off. And they actually have, well, the Radiant have the vision there.
Yeah,
but Poison really trying to shut down this jungle, man. Like they don't want MG to find any farm at all.
Shadow Shaman gets initiated straight away, comes in, but Queen of Pain's there to answer him. Throwing down damage of his own. Stormspray has no mana to get out. He left all the mana to kill Shadow Shaman, and that was almost as if it was on purpose. Successful bait or not, that's worked out in favor of the Radiant team.
Oh, Queen of Pain.
Oh no.
Oh, the blind path actually missed, and the rocket's not going to connect in time. That thing needs time to build up speed. It's a good blink out and TP in the Queen of Pain. At least he didn't die that time. Both teams kind of just pretty content with farming right now.
They're just looking for those pockets.
Looking for a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for. And like Rubik's invisible, but the other two aren't, so they know there's something up.
Yeah, they're gonna steal that Nature's Prophet farm. They're just trying to make sure this guy doesn't get any farm, man, and that's a very good thing. Rat Doter is a little boring to see, which is as we all know, teams sit there and farm for 50 minutes and then just split push and like backdoor. Storm Spirit picking off the Anti-Mage with the top lane.
They're setting a trap here. Queen of Pain. They didn't see her.
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh no, they had to walk into that little bit just down there. Oh wow, Queen of Pain got away because of that lift. No, definitely not. Too much damage from the cooldown.
Yeah, but they pursued her. They knew where she was. They waited for patiently. So that's a sign of a good team. So PG now taking the lead in kills, 21 to 18, and they've just picked up 2 big kills in both the form of the Anti-Mage and Queen of Pain.
Yeah, this Anti-Mage is not having the best of games and not really being found the space to farm, really, at the moment. Tower is definitely an advantage of Poison Gaming at the moment. There's only one T2 standing on the off lane and one T2 standing in the mid lane. Oh, Shadow Shaman gonna get picked off. Big wall back combo into the Ice Path.
Yeah, now this is the stage where MG is. From what I can gather, this is what happened in the last game. Like, to and fro from both teams, a lot of aggression, but it came down to MG's patient farming. But they're just not finding any luck here with the Storm Spirit just running around and finding those kills, especially on that Anti-Mage, and that's where it needs to be.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very good pickoffs from the Storm Spirit currently right now. This MG, I feel that Poison Gaming is at their peak currently right now. Like, this is where they need to capitalize on the maximum amount of aggression and big plays coming out, diving towers right now. Rubik's gonna get the lift onto the Queen of Pain. Ice Path already being used. Queen of Pain might actually get away. Darkseer gets surged out. Ice Path coming down again, and the Macro Pyre. It's gonna pick up the Queen of Pain with the final blast from the Rubik. Cooldown coming in from the Gyro, but oh, he's diving. He's trying to go for the Shadow Shaman. Nature's Prophet gonna TP in. Can't get the Sprout off because the BKB is up. He is gonna have to eyeball it if he wants to get it off.
Dire's bottom tower.
Wow, big dives and big plays coming in. Oh wow, that Gyro is gonna go down. And
Yeah, both.
Anti-Mage picking up good amount of gold for ending that streak.
Yeah, and he's
470
now got a
gold.
he's now got a
He really
Vlads as
needs
well,
it.
or a Helmet Dominator. I'm not sure what's coming through to him on the courier.
Dire's
But,
bottom tower is taking many
Looks like a
more
Vlads. Yeah, he's gonna get a
damage.
Vlads now. So now if Anti-Mage can just find that farm, they will come back out of this hole. It's not a very deep hole either.
Middle tower
They're
is
only a few
under
kills
attack.
behind. And graph-wise, there's nothing in it really, is there? It's very close. So now Anti-Mage is going to have much more staying power in those team fights, thanks to that Vlads.
Yeah, the graph is bouncing back up into MG's favor, but oh, there is going to be a pause. Well, as I say, it's not a real game of Dota if there isn't a pause, man.
I have to agree with you there all the time, every game. The number of games I've casted where the very first thing that happens, there's a pause. You know, even at pro level it happens.
Yeah, for sure, man. Actually, I really do enjoy the pause at the very beginning of the game, especially when there's a Chen, because he does this, like, My Little Pony mega leap 6 feet into the air. Have you ever
Yeah, I've
seen that at the
seen
fountain?
it. Yeah. So let's recap on items. What items do players currently possess?
Well, currently, it looks like Eduardo has actually managed to finish his Shadow Blade. He's definitely going for a Hex Stick for the control for the team. Blood Drunk has finally finished up his Vlad's and his Battle Fury on that Anti-Mage as we were discussing earlier. I didn't quite see the timing on the Battle Fury, but I definitely know that those extra kills at the end definitely helped boost him up in net worth a little bit. Queen of Pain has its Dagon, but she is, instead of going for more ranks in Dagon, she's definitely going to go for the Ag Scepter, I feel. She's picked up the Vitality Booster and the Ogre Club. Irakid is playing the very support Visage. He's got in the mech for the team. He's got the medallion as well, so if they want to take a Roshan pick off, it'll make it a little easier. And the Vlad's also giving the aura for the team makes it a little easier as well. As for Poison, the Darkseer is doing really well. He's got his mana boots, his mech, and his blink dagger for those really big initiation plays. Jakiro doing okay. He's picked up a pair of mana boots. Gyro has his BKB up, but I don't know what the timing on it still is. It's down to 8 seconds, so he's used it a few times. A couple of little small items, but Storm Spirit, this is the big guy here. He's got his Orchid finished up. I didn't see the timing on it either, unfortunately, but he is level 17.
Yeah.
Queen of Pain is the only other one that's higher. He's level 18. But Rubik also has a Blink Dagger. Lots of blinks on the enemy team. They definitely have the maneuverability to shut down this Anti-Mage, and that's where I fear that MG could suffer.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the purpose of those blink daggers. They're going up against a team that has high mobility in the form of the teleport that can come out of Nature Spirit in the form of the blink, the natural blinks through Anti-Mage and also Queen of Pain. So they need to counter that by picking up their own blinks and their own flexibility. And of course they have their own, which is Storm Spirit. So it's a real high mobility game for both teams. But I'm not sure about some of these pickups.
Definitely.
Some of these pickups are a little, I won't say off, but I don't know where they're going with them. Like, so for example here, got a blink dagger on the Shadow Shaman. On the Spirit Darkseer? Do you really need a blink dagger on the Darkseer to initiate? I mean, he's got such long range on all his casts already, so seems like it would have been better to pick up the pipes, because then you could shrug off some of this damage that's coming out of Queen of Pain.
Yeah, it's about 50-50, man. I actually like the Blink Dagger on the Darkseer because it really helps him get into those fights a little quicker, so he can save the Surge to save his carry, or the Gyrocopter, or use the Surge for an initiation for his carry, rather. Darkseer doesn't have any setup in this. Like, he doesn't exactly have like a Naga ulti to like stop the fight, or he doesn't have like a mag to really, you know, get everybody in that good position. So he's got to wait for that last second to get in there, drop the wall, and get that good vac off. You know, that's what they're looking for, I think, with that Blink Dagger pickup.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They've got this high initiation already. I mean, I can understand Blink Dagger Rubik because of the number of abilities he could use better, and given that he's got high mobility. And if there's going to be any lockdown for initiation, it's going to be either Rubik or Storm Spirit, or possibly Jinkiro under Ice Path. So that Blink Dagger, I think, is just a little bit too much over the top. He didn't really need it, and I feel that he should have gone for pipes.
Probably, but you know, we'll see how it pays off in the later game. It's his choice and decisions, and that's probably going to affect the game. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, hopefully he will pick up pipes in the next the next time he gets an item, because you know there's a lot of magic damage and a lot of AoE type damage they could shrug off in those team fights. You know, Ether Shock, they've got the Mass Serpent wards in terms of damage. They've got some of the Visage damage. They've got the Nature's Prophet ult, as well as oh, I can't remember if it's pure or not. Is Mana Void pure damage?
I'm not 100% sure. Anti-Mage is probably the character I've never played before, and as well as the most hated character of mine. So I couldn't really answer that for you.
Okay, well, my take on the situation.
The damage actually says it's magical, so I think it is magical damage. So
yeah.
it could actually absorb a little bit on the Mana Void.
Yeah, so you know those pipes, if used correctly with the rest of their team, given they're going up against the strong damage team, Queen of Pain with the magical, her ult is magical as well, same as her Scream of Terror is magical. So pipes, BKBs, these would help you out. Blink Daggers not so much. So, but it comes down, I guess, to the player skill as well, because you know if you can land the Blink Dagger in the right place just to catch that right vacuum at the right time, I guess it does make up for it. But it's a bit of a gamble, I think. I feel it would have been safer just to go pipes. But everyone else's items, you can't fault any of them. You got almost a complete mechanism on Visage. Queen of Pain Dagon, that's not too unusual, although I would have preferred to have an Orchid or a Sheepstick. Anti-Mage just so far behind. Everyone else pretty standard.
Yeah, I think the choice of the Dagon on the Queen of Pain was because the Queen of Pain needs to find these pickoffs with the supports, you know, with the Visage and the Shadow Shaman, with all that lockdown, and the possibility of just the fear of having a Nature's Prophet on the map. You know, the chance that he could TP in somewhere where you're running away and just block you out with trees, or sprout something and body block you with trees. It's just the fear of it in general is enough to make teams play more defensive or think about their decisions more. But I think he went for the Dagon because he wanted to make those snipes and realized that he can't really initiate into this team that Poison has kind of brought, because this team wants to stick together. They want those team fights, and they have a lot of initiation. Like, they have the Storm Spirit, they have the Rubik, they have the Jakiro Ice Path, they have the Darkseer. Just crazy amounts of initiation.
Yeah, but they do like damage without the gyro in those teamfight situations. And they're going to be relying a little bit on early wall, and you can see, well, you can rely a little bit on the illusion wall and a little bit of AoE coming out of Jinkiro and the Fade Bolt and whatever they can steal. It's really the Storm Spirit and Gyro that are adding huge amounts of damage to the team fights. So in terms of what MG might be looking for, every one of their team members can do a significant amount of damage, and so they can still take the team fights when it goes south in terms of, you know, things don't go the way they're expecting. They can still take some kills out. But with PG, if they lose those two guys there, if they lose Storm Spirit or they lose Gyro early on in the engagement, I don't know if they have it within their teammaker to be able to secure kills afterwards. So let's see how it goes. Still under pause. Might be a good time to plug in AWC. Yeah.
Big shout out to AWC for bringing us this event. Big shout out to all the admins as well, man. You know, everyone's been doing an amazing job. Lots and lots of casters this time. Unfortunately, I did miss a fair bit of Saturday, so I don't know how all those games went. Were you around for the most of the Saturday's games?
No, I knew that the guys on Saturday they run the Silicon Cup on Sundays, so because I don't want to spend the entire weekend doing it, I have other commitments to casting wise. I opted to come in on the Sunday because I knew he'd be lower with caster turnout on Sunday. Anyway, the AWC, for those who are discovering this for the first time by either my stream or Archangel 13 stream, AWC is committed to the growth of amateur tournament scene. Their vision is to be a milestone for progression or a stepping stone on the path away the pro gaming Dota, and their ultimate goal is to promote an even playing field for those lower ranked teams. So if you're seeing this match and you're thinking, hey, these guys aren't playing as good as I thought, you know, teams will be playing in a tournament for the grand final, it's because these are the best of those teams that entered, and I believe also for the next AWC going to open the floor to anyone that wants to cast in the group stages, although I guess Venna will confirm that with the next announcement.
Yeah, I'm sure Venna will keep us updated. I know he's been doing a lot of work with a lot of the casters as well, trying to get some get AWC promoted, but you know, just it's good fun to see these teams. You know, even though it is an amateur league, there are some still good plays, and it's still fun to cast, man. Like I've been talking with a lot of the players, and they're a good laugh. But it's good to see the Dota scene picking up in Australia, man. Like I know Dota is relatively new to Australia. For me, I'm not Australian myself, so I have never been to Australia either.
No, Dota was not new in Australian scene, like especially Dota 1. We have sort of the older crew. They'll know what I'm speaking about. Because we were down on this side of the world, gaming is generally more expensive, and so through the early 2000s, Dota or Warcraft 3 very strong all the way through to the 2010s almost, and so Dota was very large down here, and we sort of spile. We also follow a lot of what Asia does, and same for Asia. So Dota definitely not new. Just Dota at this level in terms of organized events, in terms of mounting teams to take on those Asian or South Asian teams. That's the new element, because while we play a lot of games, we're not a very well organized bunch.
Yeah, it's good to see that Dota is really, you know, picking up around the world. Like, you know, big shout out to Valve for really working hard to really achieve where Dota has come as well. And I know IceFrog is probably the person that hates everybody else in the world. If he didn't, he would never have designed Dota. You know, that's my opinion in my mind.
Pause going on for some time. I'm gonna ask what's going on.
Yeah, I think this gyrocopter we're waiting for, I think he blue screened or something, like his computer just completely crashed out. Hopefully he'll be able to fix that, man. We've been having quite a few pauses lately throughout this entire event. I know Australian internet is not exactly the greatest thing in the universe, and kind of far from it.
Yeah, no, I'm in New Zealand, so you might not be able to tell the difference, but I'm in New Zealand, and we're a country which is about 1/50th the size of Australia, and we have fantastic internet. Australia, probably the country in the OCD, you know, it's high ranked in the OCD with probably the third world internet. It's so bad. So many disconnection issues, so many networking issues internally within Australia. So, but that comes with the territory.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know, I would personally like to see this game go through, but it seems that it seems that they're trying to discuss
options.
what's
Yeah,
gonna happen.
yeah. So I think that the rules say that if there's 15 minutes of pause for DCs, after that it's in the players have to either come to an agreement what is going to happen, or they play on. So I guess it's up to MG how they want to take this. If they're happy to wait for a while and just see if this gyro can reconnect, or if they're going to instruct the other team to carry on. I'm surprised none of the admins have said anything. You talk away about the goal graphs or something while I quickly have a talk to the admin.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Goldgraph's really bouncing back and forth at the moment. There's no real, there's no real, clear advantage to either team right now. Like, as you can see from these Goldgraphs, like, they're bouncing back and forth. Like, all this advantage that MG is kind of farming for themselves, and then all these sudden kills and, like, throws and pickoffs that they've been having just bounce everything back down. But the XP graph looks to be closing to zero, actually. Goldgraph is flying straight back up into MG's favor away from PG, and you can see all these massive kills, just non-stop Russian Dota here, if I would say anything. Just, 46 kills, 24 minutes, it's a good amount of action going on. Big shout outs to all the people watching on Twitch. Thank you for being patient while we sort this out as well. We know that pauses are generally boring, and there's been a couple of shout outs as well from both teams. But it does seem that this anti-mage is finding a little bit of farm back. It would be nice to see the continuation of this game. Like, it's not quite over yet, and it's not really in favor of any particular side. Would be nice to see some kind of conclusion to this match, at least for
well, it's gonna end.
me,
It's gonna end one way or the other, and of course, this is out of our control. We can't do anything about this. Just casters, guys, just commentating on how other people are playing. Infrastructure out of our control. But what I would like to see, I'd like to see some more smoke ganks. I think a smoke gank set up for either of these teams, particularly at this phase of the game, is they're gonna really benefit from it. They're gonna be able to capitalize on it and possibly extrapolate any gain they get from those ganks into more kills, into more of a steamroll effect. And of course, I'm probably favoring MG, having followed them all the way through. For those who are watching the cast, these guys used to be played under the name Team Zycon, or Zycon Esports, and prior to that they were something else. I can't quite remember. But this is the third time they've entered the event. Second time they've been at the grand final. I think the last time they made it only through to the quarterfinals. So they're wanting to take this and graduate from the amateur league, probably into the pro league if they can. PG, I don't know the history of PG. I don't know if they've been here before, or if this is their first event.
Well, we didn't see them. Well, we didn't see them with this team name last month, but we did see Zycon Esports Gaming last month. I believe they went all the way to the finals or something, and then they lost to TSG, and TSG managed to take the victory of the entire event. But a lot of good plays coming out from this Poison Gaming team. Like, this team is really unheard of, and it would be nice to see them kind of get a little bit of recognition for their team play, and hopefully progress in the scene of Dota. Hopefully we'll be seeing some more.
Oh, poor Gino, poor Gino, all by himself, solo casting the long pauses is so hard.
Yeah, I think it's probably. Oh, I was gonna say, Geno, you should be singing, man. You should give us a quick,
We could have panel casted this.
We
could have panel casted this. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit crazy.
Alright, I'm going to do some plugins for myself while everyone's here and bored. Upcoming tournaments for tomorrow. Starting is the final bracket of no, pool play has already finished. So the beginning of the elimination of the best of threes for. Is it best of threes? No, it's best of ones for Tide's Wrath starting tomorrow at 6 PM AST. That's going all the way through to Thursday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Number of casters, including myself, going to be included in that. I think there's a break on Friday, or make-up day for people who missed their matches, or if there's potential drawers. The weekend is the Defence of the Australians, another tournament that you can buy tickets to. Again, probably almost the same number of casters who are also doing Tides Wrath, or at least a lot of them also doing Defence of the Australians. That's going to be in-ticket game. That's going to start 8 a.m. AST, which is really unusual, but it's a long tournament, 64 teams, double elimination all the way through to the final on Sunday night, which, no, Sunday night? Yeah, Sunday night, or the weekend after. I can't quite remember when the final was exactly, but they're looking for very long play on that weekend. So if you've got nothing else to do, come on down to either Twitch channel, twitch.tv, and see. But of course, also during the week, we've got the Oceania Cup. I think I'm casting that on Thursday and Tuesday. My favourite team's already been eliminated, so no Kiwis left in that. Only Australians, only teams from Malaysia and Vietnam left. Now down to 4 teams for the for the semi-final, and the final being held, I believe, on Friday.
Wow, man, looks like a lot of action-packed Dota coming out from the Southern Hemisphere soon. Be looking forward to catch some of these games as well.
Been instructed that we've now reached the 15-minute mark, so it's now up to MG to decide what they want to do.
Okay, well, let's see what the decision is. Hopefully this gyro will come back soon, man. Would be nice to see some miraculous way that he can come back, or either that or this guy needs to drive very fast to the closest LAN cafe and storm in the door.
This happens. This even happens at like the semi-professional or the B bracket tournaments all the time. There's disconnections. That's why generally, you know, in the southern hemisphere, I don't know about the northern hemisphere, but in the southern hemisphere, because of proximity because of internet, the majority of big grand finals are actually at LANs to eliminate a lot of those issues. MG graciously deciding that they are prepared to wait for some time. That's completely within their control to decide to advise the teams to carry on, but they're going to be the good sports that they are and allow extra time for PG to get their things together, get Gyro back into the game. They don't want to win this on the cheap way, even though they are one game up, and this would most surely give them some advantage. But PG could technically win from here, and they don't want to rob them of that option, given it is the grand final. So, sorry guys, bear with us while we talk about random stuff. So, how are you finding casting so far, Archangels? What do you like about casting?
Well, you see, I really got into casting mostly because I started casting for a friend's team, which was Tesla H. I believe we saw a little bit of them in last month's AWC. Unfortunately, they got knocked out in all the group stages. Some of them are real-life friends of mine. That's really kind of how I got into it. Through casting for them and just uploading their stuff on Twitch, I got called up to cast for AWC, actually. And really the love for me was, you know, I'm a little new into Dota 2. Like, I wasn't really one of the first into it, and like I never really got an early beta invite. So I kind of got in when TI3 was kind of up and coming. So I would say I'm a relative noob to this whole Dota and casting scene. But honestly, man, the beauty of casting is you get to really see the different playstyles and the different metagames, and that's what really attracted me to Dota. It's fast, action-packed, player versus player combat, but there's so much else in the metagame, you know, like the draft itself is like mind chess to the enemy team. You know, it's just really enthralling to watch, and it's really fun to cast as well. But as mostly for It's mostly a learning experience for me. It is nice to be able to cast through some of these other teams, you know, like just you know, getting a little bit of the word out so these teams get a little bit more of a following and, you know, hopefully stay together. I know it's a lot of teams kind of, you know, they kind of just, you know, just fade away after a couple of these events when they don't win, but we've seen a couple of teams come back this month, and, you know, hopefully we'll see a lot more good Dota from AWC.
And it looks like there's been a decision. Gyro's going to go next door to his neighbor's internet, which is actually working apparently, and set up. But they are going to resume the game and play on as 4, and in the meantime. So we're back into it. Anti-Mage farming those H's as we saw him when the game was paused. And that's not what you want to see if you're a fan of PG. And now I think, you know, now that they've realized that they're going to be 4v5, they can utilize team fights to their advantage, because there's an extra hero in it that needs to be micro, or they can use this advantage to just really farm, really kind of push, and get as much CS, as much gold value net worth as they can, because they are in the lead. You know, MG are in the lead in terms of net worth, but it's not by much.
Oh, just barely, man. I would say less than 100 or 200 gold in the lead. You can see how long that pause was from the gold graph and the EXP graph, but it's starting to zero out, man. I think that I feel that MG is going to take this opportunity to do a lot more farming, but we've got a big smoke gang coming in. I think they must have been listening to your cast, man. It's going to be a big vac onto the Shadow Shaman, and he is going to go down.
Yeah, you need to secure those kills with smokes, and they've got to play it down, so they have to micro it. But, you know, smoke ganking it is the way to go if you want to get the drop on your opponent. More smoke ganks, the better. For 100 gold, you're going to get that return if you can just kill one hero, and it keeps them guessing. You know, you could just be sitting in the jungle to the left with no smoke, but they're going to assume you're smoked because of all the repetitive smoke ganks. They're going to invest in wards, and then when you see them just start to do that, you just stop smoke ganking. Oh, deep initiation here from Storm Spirit onto Visage. Down comes the Ice Path. A number of abilities being thrown out. Spirit, Shadow Shaman had already died, and PG, they don't need the 5th player. They can play with 4.
Yeah, it seems that it was a T2 for a T2 trade. T2 up top for the T2 down mid. But I think the trade was a little bit more favorable. Oh wow, Shadow Shaman gonna get exploded again.
Meanwhile, Anti-Mage dominates in the, outside the well, but he's going to pay for it with his life. He's been orchided down. He does blink away, but it's just not enough. He gets picked off. And another buyback from yet another hero.
Yeah, let's check out the buybacks left. Wow, crazy things going down outside the front of the base. It looks like Jakiro is going to go down, and same with the Darkseer and the Gyro. I don't really think the Gyro really counts as a takedown, man, because in consideration he was probably being microed from halfway across the map.
Yeah, look, great initiation under BKB, cool down, wall and vacuum, all manner of abilities being used, including Macropire. But I definitely think that this one is gone actually in the favor of PG. They've picked up a number of kills, they traded some towers, and they forced more buybacks out of MG than they bought back. So probably going in the favor of PG. But net worth gold raw graphs does not say that at all. It says, man, look at that nature's profit.
Yeah, that Midas really throwing things out. That gold graph has gone far past 2,000 gold into the favor of MG. This nature's profit is really good.
Oh wow, well he jukes that with the Shadow Blade. Dust being blown, but it's too late. Oh, he does catch him with the dust on the edge. Here's a Sheepstick. There's Visage to come and save him maybe, but wow, very close there for Nature's Prophet. Storm Spirit being ultra aggressive, wanting to secure that kill and couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, I think this Storm Spirit needs to... He's making a lot of these very long jumps, and it's going to leave him with very little amounts of mana left for these actual engagements. Queen of Pain looking for a pick off on the Rubik, and will actually get the deny off by the gyro. Because of the Shadow Strike dot. But Queen of Pain being hunted down by a rocket currently through the enemy jungle. Items flying around.
Yeah, like, you know, we're now into the game, something to actually talk about, and it just seems like the strategy for MG here is to push the middle, be as aggressive as they can, look for those team fights, because it's going to be even more difficult for the Dire team to sort of micro that extra gyro, playing the players rather than playing the game. And all the while, Anti-Mage is extracted from the team fight situation and is allowed to free farm, now completing his Manta style and looking probably to go straight into Butterfly, if not Hearts shortly, and that's going to be a devastating hero to deal with. Smokey up as well for the Radiant team. So where are the Dire team?
I think the Dire team is actually looking for they possibly saw the smoke, but because they kind of walked through the mid lane to go up onto the high ground, but maybe they thought it was a smoke and a double back like our stars usually pull, just to double back into the Roshan. Oh, big vac and a wall cooldown, but the cooldown a little bit off target. The Ice Path is going to connect to the Shadow Shaman, who's going to get his Hex off and his totems down, but he's going to go down and return. Gyro popping his BKB, chasing down this... Oh, Visage, who actually managed to juke the Ice Path. Oh, there's the blink in from the
so yeah,
Darkseer.
it's actually second blink, and he blinked in for the initial initiation, and it does look like he is going to go down. Where is Anti-Mage though? That is the key question. He has dived deep and actually racks them while they were engaging in the forest, so, along with Nature's, who managed just to miss that Ice Path. So now MG on the advantage, having racked the top racks with a successful distraction and bait from the rest of the supports. So well done.
Yeah, that range Rax is not looking. That range Rax is not looking good, and Anti-Mage is actually split pushing up the bot. So you got Nature's Prophet split pushing in the top, you've got Anti-Mage split pushing in the top, and they're chasing around these team fights. You know, like I think, you know, MG's game strat is actually paying off for them in the late game. They want to split this team up. They want to find. Yeah, they're gonna lose a couple of heroes here and there to pickoffs, but they're trying to split this team up to really take away that team fight potential. And Roshan is gonna go down to this Anti-Mage, who's very successful at soloing him. But there's gonna be a Bloodstone pickup onto the Storm Spirit.
And another deep initiation. Unfortunately, again, no mana. Ice Path comes down. Sheep Stick comes into play. The resistance means for naught, but he's got Aegis. He cracks up the Manta Star and blinks away. They do pick up, and the Surge comes through.
By Rubik.
Another blink into the middle of nowhere. Look, and Anti-Mage gets away again with another blink.
Damn. I was sure that they secured that kill. That Rubik made a crazy play. He stole the Hex from the Shadow Shaman. And it looks like the Shadow Shaman is going to find a little bit of revenge. Yep, so he stole that Hex from the Shadow Shaman, hexed the Anti-Mage to try and lock him down, and then stole the Anti-Mage's Blink to catch up to the Anti-Mage again for the lift. But unfortunately not able to lock him down for long enough to secure that kill. I feel that gyro being missing from this game is really tipping the scales into MG's favor. Like, as good as you can micro, I don't think that any of these players are quite as capable as like Chuan or something, which is like able to tri-lane 3 Meepos.
I have to agree with you there. It's clearly not. It's impacting them. If it's not impacting them in their ability to play the game, I'd be surprised. But also psychologically, you just feel that you're in an unfair situation from where you feel you really should have been winning. But rules are rules, and we can't wait forever.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, MG has been more than patient about the situation anyway, so, good sportsmanship shown on their behalf, man. You know, they don't want to take an easy win, they want to fight this out, then they want to have a good match, man.
Yeah, now Nature's Prophet also looking scary, having completed his Sheep Stick also. He's also got a Desolator. That's just one right-clicking machine, and if he goes into a Daedalus, that's going to be GG there in terms of the amount of damage he can just push by himself. He can easily, at this stage, probably backdoor everything, and if he does go for that quick step, we see Queen of Pain upping her Dagon there, and
yep, level 4 Dagon.
What about on the Dire side? Is there anyone got anything? Bloodstone must have been picked up recently. Bloodstone.
Yeah, the Bloodstone was picked up just before that anti-mage dive, or the attempt to kill that anti-mage around the Ancients. But at least he hasn't lost any charges on it yet.
And the game going south for Poison Gaming in the grand final of the AWC Amateur Weekend Cup. These two teams deadlocked for quite some time, a very close match, but unfortunately DC for almost what seems like 20 minutes for Gyro has meant that now they're playing 4v5, and since that point it's only been 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and it's just gone very, very south for the PG.
Yeah, Anti-Mage is not actually even trying to end this game quickly. Like, they're just content with just farming the hell out of the enemy jungle. And that is going to be a Storm Spirit gank onto the Shadow Shaman. Oh, big plays coming out of Poison Gaming defending the base. Managed to pick off the Shadow Shaman and the Queen of Pain. Shadow Shaman buying back instantly, but Queen of Pain is going to be out for a little while. She has no buyback for at least a fair while.
Man, this is gonna be a difficult match for PG now. Even if this Gyro reconnects in time, Anti-Mage just being unchecked in free farm. He even has the Aegis not committing to.
Find another gank.
He needs to come into the T-fight.
Yeah. Aegis is going to be reclaimed pretty shortly, but he did pick up his Butterfly. They did find a two-man gank with the Storm Spirit and the Rubik onto that Nature's Prophet. So he's going to go down. They did use a Dust for that, but securing the kill nonetheless. And Rubik, being a mini Nature's Prophet right now, going to work, man, with that spell steal. Oh, big dive into the enemy barracks, past the enemy T3s. Gonna pick up the Shadow Shaman as well with the Storm Spirit. Anti-Mage exploding that Storm Spirit. Wow, counter kill. The Gyro is gonna find himself going down, but they've got a couple of copies of this Anti-Mage, but I just don't think they have enough to finish this. Anti-Mage did get the Aegis triggered, and that is a 4 people going down, but that is the GG call.
Yeah, GG. Unfortunately, quite an easy GG after that DC from the Gyro. Congratulations to MG Gaming. They win the Amateur Cup Weekend Cup for September, or for I'm so far behind, for October. Just disqualifies them from continuing into any other cups, but hey, great show from everybody that actually entered this time around. I know the turnout was slightly smaller because there was more restrictions on teams, but thanks anyway to everybody that partaked. Thanks for all the casters as well as the organisers of AWC, and we'll see you for the next Amateur Cup.
Yep, definitely. Thanks for co-casting with me, man. Always a pleasure.
Sweet as, bro.
Sweet as. Alright, I'll catch you soon.
Yeah, now it's time for me to go. I said that earlier, and then I was like, oh, AWC's not finished, so I'll jump back. I actually yielded the final to the casters who are coming through the ranks. Just because they put in all the effort for the last one, which I didn't really. I only just jumped on at the end a little bit, same as this one. So I want to make sure that those other casters get their own limelight. But somebody messaged me and said, "Hey, come on down, have a go. It'd be good to see you back in." And thanks to you guys who are following me on Twitch or on YouTube. Hit subscribe, hit follow. Tomorrow, all the matches will hopefully be segregated and on YouTube, uploaded like they are always. But I can't guarantee you that because tomorrow starts Tide's Wrath, so I might be full on. If you have any questions or you have any queries or want me to cast or whatever, just throw an email out to me. I have to just remember what that email address is. Actually, I'll bring it up on the screen because that'll be the easiest way to do it. Just bear with me while I find the image, because I always forget what my email address is for this. Here we go. Oh, fit screen. Yeah, there we go. Right, there's my YouTube channel. There's the Twitch channel if you're watching this on YouTube. And down the bottom there is Dota2NZcasting@gmail.com. If you've got inquiries or you've got something you want me to cover off for you or whatever the deal is, just drop me an email and I'll see what I can do. Although my schedule for the next 3 weeks is pretty booked out. And on the 26th, 27th of that weekend, I will not be doing anything related to Dota. I will be away, so probably end of the month, beginning of next year, I'm open to do any kind of events. I am covering off, and again, I'll just go through what I said in the cast during the event. In terms of tournaments, this week is both Tides Wrath and Oceania Cup for me to be casting. They are in-game ticketed tournaments, so if you have tickets to those, watch those in-game. Otherwise, you can come along and watch me, because you'll still get some items. If you have a ticket. There is also Defence of the Australian starting next Friday. That's going to be pretty full on. Starting at 8 AM as I understand it for a standard Australian time. That's really early. Quite unusual for Dota tournaments to be starting that early. Exhibition matches, I should say, is what's starting first. Was they're starting with, just to give them time to get things organised. Then the following week is more Oceanic Dota. But I think it's Vietnamese Cup. I can't remember. I'll remind you in the Defence of the Australian. But in any case, I was a Mega Car. Thanks for following. Hit subscribe, hit follow, or send me an email. And thank you once again. We'll see you.